SENBAZURU Part 3. We soon alight at the Hotel MyStay's premiere in Akasaka, Minato, after which Shane pays the Uber driver who kept staring at me. "Hey!" Shane shouts as he catches the driver wink goodbye to me. Before Shane could confront the man, the vehicle sped away. I roll my eyes with a sigh. "Don't mind him, baby. Let me help you with the luggages." The lobby bellhop greets us in English and Japanese and ushers us to the reception desk for check-in. Keeping one eye on the bellhop, arranging our belongings onto a trolley, I spotted an interactive robot in the lobby. I smiled as some children hugged the animated robot for a snapshot. In fact, Shane and I traveled to Japan to conduct a few interviews on the subject of robots and their use in society. We would meet Japanese experts on artificial intelligence and robotics. Our conversation would even explore the subject of sex robots and their social implications. It promises to be an interesting research expedition. "Mr. and Mrs. Kimura, your room number is 308. Please enjoy your stay with us." The hotel check-in clerk hands over our room key card, and we follow the bellhop to the elevator. The elevator music playing was relaxing, and in no time, we were on the third floor. Entering our cozy twin-bedded room, we quickly arranged some of our things in the wardrobe and bathroom. It was important to us that we don't share a bed during this trip to minimize temptation. Back home, we never succumbed to sleeping in the same bed. We have separate bedrooms, and we are not going to start now. We have only approximately 2 weeks till our marriage. Only on our wedding night will we break every boundary built up to maintain chastity and purity outside the confines of holy matrimony. "Soon you will actually be Mrs. Kimura," Shane said, smiling. "I can barely wait," I replied. As I stare out the window at the incredible city view, my fiancé mentions, "I'm hitting the shower first, babe, and then we'll hit the sack next, if you don't mind." I nod, and he grabs a complimentary nightrobe and disappears into the bathroom. Hearing the shower begin to run, I sink into one of the sofas. I knew Shane wanted to rest, and I wanted to think, as well as pray. I also planned to use my hours of sleeplessness to organize our day-to-day schedule. I had in mind to solicit the hotel's concierge to consolidate any loose ends in the sightseeing and restaurant outings. The bathroom door opens and hot steam oozes out. Shane's chestnut-colored hair glittered with moisture and smoothness as he ran his fingers through it. He looked so handsome in his nightwear, and as he approached me, my heart skipped a beat, and I could hardly breathe. His riveting eyes entranced mine as he embraced me from my seat, and we stood face to face. He leans forward and kisses my forehead, and with that I release my breath. "I love you, honey," he whispers painfully, for I knew he was enticed to awaken love before its time. I too felt flushed by the sultry moment. "I love you too, darling," I say with my eyes closed and smelling the fresh scent of his skin. His grip around my lower back tightened in a rush of passion, and then suddenly his hold loosened in self-control. I placed my hands on his chest and perceived his heart racing. I pull his hands from around me and kiss the back of his palms. "Soon and very soon, my love," I reassure him. He hugs me affectionately and then kneels down, drawing me to the carpeted floor with him. He prays over us, thanking God for journey mercies, as well as committing our relationship into the Lord's hands, which are able to with keep which are able to help us withstand every temptation. Shane bids me good night and slips into my own bed. He is so cute when he sleeps. I couldn't help but watch him closely. Then, realizing my body is a bit sore, I immediately take a hot shower as the water cascades over my soft skin. I get a sense of my worries being washed away and replaced with a deep sense of tranquility. Somehow, I knew that this was a preliminary succor for what is to come, the calm before the storm. Whatever the reason, it was as if God was encouraging me that through the tempest I will find peace in him, and his words resounded in my mind. "Peace, be still. Let not your heart be troubled." After donning my nightrobe and blow-drying my hair, I settled into bed with a notebook and pen. 2 hours later, I satisfactorily jotted what our agenda for this week should look like. Of course, it's subject to change. I'll formulate the following week's program close to the beginning of that week. Upon switching off my bedside lamp, the room is devoid of artificial light, allowing the moonlight to permeate through the curtain-drawn windows. While setting my phone for an early alarm, I began to think, tomorrow shall be revelatory. Lying down, I thank God for answered prayers before slowly falling asleep. To be continued.